So let's look at verbal ability. Now, verbal ability in this particular case, I was thinking that 5 out of 7 was possible. The paragraphs jumble questions that people found difficult, at least this was pretty manageable. There was another paragraph jumble question. These were all high percentage scoring ones in the context of paragraph jumble. Even odd sentence was high percentage scoring ones. So there was one paragraph summary question which had little challenge, especially the second one, because it was probably lengthy and you probably did not get the sense of it. But this was a place where you could have made some marks. So let's get the first one. The accuracy is just about 22%, which was a little strange. My idea of boredom has little to do with boredom due to wealthy surrounding. So this one talks about idea of boredom has little to do with boredom due to wealthy surrounding. So therefore this is little to do with something. So the logical step ahead is, what is it then? So if your idea, boredom of idea was not X, then it should be Y. What is Y? Now let's talk about perfect boredom. Is the enjoyment of moment of status that comes between slowing down and speeding up. It is about a certain mindset. Okay, so if you look at sentence number 3 and sentence number 4 has got this this it, which is a signal word here, right? Both of them were good sign of it. So you just have to make the connections. So this is talking about it has little to do with nothing, something, little to do with wealthy surrounding. This one talking about perfect boredom is enjoyment of moment of status. What is perfect boredom about? So the sentence number 2 is going to come later than sentence number 1. I don't know how many of you thought of sentence number 2 to be the start. Of sentence number 2 to be the start. So you make a claim, you're saying that A has nothing to do with X. And then you want to say A in fact has to do with Y. And then explain that forward, right? So if I actually look at sentence number 1, it has to be connected to 3 then. Which means it has got nothing to do with boredom due to wealthy surrounding. It has to do with a certain mindset. And what is that mindset? The mindset is about the perfect boredom is the enjoyment of moment of status that comes between slowing down and speeding up. Slowing down and speeding up, that in between is the perfect boredom. And actually sentence number 4, so you might probably have 1, 3 and then maybe you're thinking about whether it is 2, 4 or whether it is 4, 2. These are the 2 things that you probably would have to sit and evaluate if at all somebody had a problem there. You look at sentence number 4, it is about the stillness and familiarity of that precise moment before the inevitable anxiety about packing up and heading back to God knows what. This is actually explaining the slowing down and speeding up. Anxiety about packing up and heading back, speeding up. In the inevitable, precisely before the inevitable moment about packing up and heading back to God knows what. So you're between slowing down and speeding up, somewhere here is your preferred model. Precisely before that is the stillness. That is what the perfect boredom is. So you then go to 2 and then go to 4. And this should be something that I'm sure that you guys should have got it. Let's look at this one. This one had 50% accuracy, which means most of them crack this one. Among all the elements that can be accounted for this phenomena, now obviously you need to look at what phenomena. The lack of kindness is an important one. So here I can actually see the lack of kindness is being introduced here. The introduction of the lack of kindness happened here, right? The introduction of lack of kindness happened here to be the important one. Whether it is loving other and the lack of kindness is not there. Whether it is loving others or love oneself, firstly we need to restore the respect and trust of life itself, in particular the individual life. In order to dramatically reduce the widespread indifference and alienation so characteristic of the modern and postmodern life world, we should help young people to cultivate the kindness virtue. Lack of kindness is a problem we need to cultivate. That's a solution being proposed here. It is commonly understood that modern world is getting morally disappointing and general morality is in decline, and this phenomena, the lack of kindness, is the important one. Right. So lack of kindness is an important one. So you can see 4-1. One is an important one. It says, then you have to looking at figure out where it moves. Once you say important, it's a lack of kindness important, we have to correct it. In order to dramatically reduce the widespread indifference, alienation so characteristic of the modern and postmodern life, we should help the young people to cultivate the kindness virtue. We have to cultivate the kindness virtue. What is that kindness virtue? That has been explained. Whether it is loving oneself, others or oneself. Firstly, we need to restore the respect and trust for life itself, in particular the individual life. So that is further explaining what is being mentioned in 3. So the conversations start from 4, goes to 1, gets to 3 and gets to 2. I think this can be cracked. 32% is accuracy. Studies in cognitive science, the interdisciplinary fields of researchers from psychology, neuroscience, linguistics, anthropology can provide findings that are strong and clear enough to merit classroom application. Oh, this is the nice statement. How does the mind work, and how, especially how does it learn? How does the mind work? Such gut knowledge often serves as well, but is there anything sturdier to rely on? Nice. Teachers' instructional design are based on a mix of theories learned in the teacher education, trial and error, craft and gut instead. Such gut instead, is there anything better? So now the story is clear. How does the mind work? How does it learn? There is something, for example, gut feeling, but is there anything better? What is better? Cognitive science, interdisciplinary thing is better. 2, 4, 3, 1. Perfect. Simple.